Looks like we're just about live. Cool. All right, and we are live. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Boom. Now let me make sure we're good here. Turn that down so I don't get the echo. All right, cool. And let's see. All right, rock and roll. Looks like let's see. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see people we got on people on Facebook too. All right, cool. Joel, can you use your video, or are you just hidden for now?
No, it says I can't. It says it's stopped by you, the host.
Oh, unbelievable.
It says you can't start video because the host has stopped it. So.
Okay.
I'm getting the same thing here.
All right, I got you guys. All right, cool.
I guess we all have bad hair days except for Daniel or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I just took care of that a little while ago too. So rock and roll. All right, well, appreciate you guys being on. Let's see if we can get this fixed. All right, we're gonna do.
It might have been when you created the webinar where it says video or something like that. You know, I vaguely remember. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let me see. Tell you what I'm gonna do is Joel, I'm gonna make you the host, and then what you can do is you can.
I do have bad hair though.
You should be able to activate your video.
Okay, let me see.
And then what you can do is, yep, there you
There
go.
we go.
Boom. Now what you can do is you can actually, you got Tissa on here too. You can make Tissa a host, and then he can activate his video.
Cool.
And then we'll do the same thing with Janet. Joel, you know how
to, me eating protein chips. See?
That's okay. Do you know how to make Tissa the host?
Me, no.
So if you
do that,
yeah. Actually, no. Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna have to because you're the host now. So if you hold your
what do I do? Click. Let me see on the edit here.
Hold your cursor over his
Make
name.
host. Got it. There we go.
Yep.
And then he's gonna have to make Janet the host.
Exactly.
Wow.
Let's just go around. We'll go around in a circle.
Oh, are you eating protein chips too, Tissa? Come on, buddy.
Sorry, guys. What do I need to do for Janet?
Just hold.
Oh, you got to make her the host. So there's a little edit button, like right beside where the video would be, top right.
Yeah, where she is.
Make
Where
her the host, apparently.
Hold your cursor over her name, and then you'll see.
Okay.
There you go. And then Janet, once you get your monitor going, then you can pass it back to me.
Oh, brother.
We're just gonna go in a circle.
I'm not there yet.
Once you're the host, Janet, you got to hit the video button at the
Am
bottom.
I the host now? I don't. Oh, I got to hit the video button. Okay, there we go.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, so now I got to go back to you, and do I just?
So right-click the top right of his video and make him the host.
There you go.
There you go.
So we should all be back to normal now.
Yep, I'm the host. All right, cool.
I have my water.
I have water too.
Here's the water.
And Tissa's eating. I don't know what he's eating, but it should be.
I'm eating almonds. I'm eating almonds and drinking hot tea.
Well, that's good. That's yummy. That's a good essential fatty acid.
There you
listen,
go. Exactly.
We got a good group here. So first things first, I'm going to just officially welcome everybody that's catching us either live in the Facebook feed in our private group, or we're going to be hanging out here in Zoom as well. So we got a couple of different things going. But first and foremost, I just want to welcome everybody to the webinar and thank a few special guests. I got 2 more special guests to bring on, and we'll bring you guys on in just a second. And first thing I want to do is I just want to go over the agenda for tonight, just to kind of give everybody a quick overview of what we're going to do here. So I'm just going to share my screen, and Joel or Janet, somebody, just a thumbs up that you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
All good.
Perfect. So what you guys are going to learn on tonight's webinar is first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go over the basics. I'm just going to cover some real basic things and really specifically just talk about the mindset that you need to build a business on your own. And, you know, if it's a brick and mortar or just build an online business on your own, having the right mindset and some very key fundamentals that you need to focus on. And then we're going to get into real people, real life, and real results. And as you can see, we have some guests here. We have some very, very special guests here who are going to share with you just some really basic stories of, you know, how long they've been online, maybe some real life struggles that they've had, and also some successes that they've had too. And once we hear from these folks, then we're just going to show you guys some very basic things that if you follow these specific steps to success, that's just it. You will find success. And all you got to do is follow the program and just follow along and do the same thing that myself and some of the other top leaders that are here on this webinar are doing. And then we're also going to talk about the power of automation so that when you guys go and you follow those steps to success, you're going to be able to automate your business, put it on complete automation. And as you will hear from some of our guests tonight, that they have automated their business and it makes their life a lot easier. So we're going to talk about that tonight too. And lastly, what we're going to talk about is why you should stick around to the very end of this webinar. We have something very special for you in the end, and I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. You're going to have to stick around till the very end, and you're going to see why your timing, why you watching this webinar right now is a very, very good thing. So hang around to the end. You're going to learn some really great things, and I thank you guys for being here. So that being said, where did my mouse go? There it is. Okay. Boom. All right, cool. So first and foremost, I just want to welcome the man, the myth, the legend, a man who has had a Tissa, hey, an 18-year or 19-year career in the online space. So, you know, without any further ado, 8-figure earner, CEO, teacher, coach, trainer, friend, mentor. Joel, why don't you tell everybody just a quick overview of, your story and some things that people might want to know.
Sure. I mean, I'm kind of dumbfounded by all that. I figured you would be introducing Janet or Tissa with an introduction like that. But, all kidding aside, guys, if it weren't for the people that are here, Now Lifestyle, GVO, everything that we do would never exist. So it's not about me. I appreciate the very nice introduction, but it's about associating yourself with right people and never, ever giving up. That's the key. You just... on a daily basis, I network in the Now Lifestyle group, just being honest with people. Listen, if you believe that there's one-click riches and that you just lost your job yesterday and you need to replace your full-time income by tomorrow, that's just simply not going to happen, right? It didn't happen for me. It didn't happen for any of the leaders in this room. It didn't happen for anybody that I know online. And so a little bit of my story. I'll try to fast forward it. Like everybody who's probably here brand new, I was working at the Montfort Hospital in Ottawa, Canada, making $52,000 a year. Found out that my colleagues who had been there for 22, 23 years were making about $56,000 a year. And I thought to myself, wow, a $4,000 raise over 25 years is just not going to get me where I want to go, considering I was just getting my bills paid living in a 400 to 600 square foot townhouse. Around the same time, I got severely ill from aspartame poisoning from my athletic career. That's another story, but was forced to quit my job at the Montfort Hospital because of severe migraines every single day of my life. And that's why I say to people, just be consistent and don't ever quit. I did have my backup plan. Like I tell a lot of people, don't quit your job and think you could do this. My backup plan was to live off my wife's salary. We knew that living lean, our mortgage was only about $400 a month. We knew that if we stopped going to the movies, if we, didn't go out to dinner too often, that I could put my heart and soul into something and give it a good go. A lot of people make that mistake. They lose their job. They don't have a secondary source of income. And so now they're under extreme pressure to produce. And it doesn't matter who you are, as far as I know, when you're under extreme pressure to get your mortgage paid, your water bill paid, your food on the table for your family, you just make really bad decisions. And when people are under that type of pressure, what they don't realize is if they were more realistic and had some sort of income coming in to make the daily payments. I know your story is very similar, Daniel. You decided you wanted to do this, but you knew you could get your bills paid at the same time. But when you do this, you're setting yourself up for ultimate failure. I don't know anybody who unless they have a massive amount of savings, go from no income at all to building an online empire in 3 weeks. Because let's face it, all our bills are due every month. Our mortgages due every month, our water bill, food on the table is a daily thing. And people who don't have the savings, you're not going to change your income in 3 weeks. It just doesn't happen. Has it happened for some? Yes, they might make a few $100s, but a few $100s doesn't pay $1,000 mortgage, or it doesn't pay the $500 a month to put food on the table for the kids. So luckily, well, not luckily, it took me 2 years. I was very, very stubborn. There wasn't Zoom, there wasn't our conference software, there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't mentorship, there wasn't guidance like that. And so it took me 2 years to make my first sale online. 2 years, guys, 2 years. Believe me, I got the ultimate ultimatum of my wife. I used to work in the basement because with the migraines that I had, I'd turn off all the lights and put my computer screen really low. Thankfully, I'm much healthier than that now. But I used to get the banging, like I'd hear it on the roof where Alona would be banging, like, are you coming to bed or not? And I really almost got the ultimate ultimatum, after 2 years of, listen, buddy, it's the computer or it's your family. What are you going to choose? And, that would happen about every couple of months. I'm like, I'm almost there. Trust me, I'm almost there. Now, again, this isn't to discourage people. Have I seen it happen much faster? It happened much faster for Daniel. It happened much faster for many other people. I'm just being brutally honest with my story because I was a pig-headed, arrogant idiot who said, I can do this all by myself. I don't need to learn from anybody. I don't need any mentorship. And it's actually when I finally bought my first online course where I changed my direction of things and things really, really changed. So it's very doable as long as you put yourself into a position where you're not working under tremendous, tremendous stress. It's just not doable that way, folks. It's just not. So that's a little bit of my story. I almost gave up 1,000 different times. There's no doubt about that. I almost got the ultimatum at least 15 different times, but I'm glad I didn't give up. And by not giving up, I got to meet people like yourself and Tissa and Janet and so many other amazing people. And that's the other thing, folks. There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. Okay, and what I mean by that is you've got to associate yourself with good people to get where you want to go because they've got great experience and they're willing to share that experience. So Tissa, Janet, Daniel, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I should have kept my story a little shorter. We're already 15 minutes in, but over to you, Daniel. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that. And trust me, I hear you because it's oftentimes that at 2 a.m. when I'm in this office here plugging away, I'll hear the bang on this wall right here because our bedroom is on the other side. And she's like, come to bed. Either that or I'll get a text message.
It's just keeping it brutally honest for everybody. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it takes. It takes a certain commitment to do it. And it's very possible if you commit yourself.
100%. Well, Joel, really, I thank you for being here and taking the time. Obviously, you're a very busy guy, and just to be here and support us and our team and obviously the industry and what we do. So appreciate you a lot, man, very much.
Thank you.
And look forward to toasting about 6 or 7 or 8 margaritas very soon.
Yeah. I'll bring some Garcia's food down for you too in Cabo.
Please have Dave bring some Ranger Creek, will you?
Okay.
All right. So let's go up north. Let's go up north of me to Canada, to the Great Wide Open up there. And Janet, why don't you share with everybody a little bit about, your online story, how you got online and how long you've been doing it, and maybe some of the results and struggles that you've had too.
Well, Daniel, I was really excited when you contacted me today and invited me to come on the call, and excited to be here and in such great company. I've known Joel just a little while. I started online, my husband, Don.
We were both in diapers when we met each other. Just saying, we're not aging ourselves. We were in diapers.
Just about. I know I didn't have grandkids back then. I don't know what happened. Your kids were babies. My husband and I actually met online a year before we both found ourselves outside of the corporate world and with the ability to do anything we wanted. And we thought, well, what better thing to do than build our business on the internet? And like Joel says, back then there wasn't a lot of mentorship, there wasn't a lot of instructions, there wasn't a lot of really anything online to teach you what to do. But we made our way through that, and our very first company that we got involved with was a technology company that, much like this, did webinar technology, and we were doing, very well with it, very successful with it, and as happens with startup companies, it went by the wayside, and Joel just happened to be there. Hot conference, ready and willing to take over and help us move forward, and that's what we did with our business, and we've been working with him ever since. Off and on, up and down, losing our focus here and there. But the truth of the matter is, when Joel came out with Now Lifestyle, I had to sit back and give my head a shake, because here I was 18 years after, starting here online, finding an opportunity that was the perfect opportunity. Here was a health and wellness company, a network marketing company that was internet marketing friendly. I have to tell you, over the 18 years, most network marketing companies are not internet marketing friendly. I've been involved with them. I've had to leave them because of how I do business on the internet. They don't like that. And so when I saw what Joel put together and the opportunity to help people become more fit, because you know what, the older I get, and Joel and I know both, we have aged just a little bit since we first met, but only a little bit, right, Joel? You know what, as we begin to age, you appreciate your health more, and you realize if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be here for all those grandkids. And when we met, my kids were Joel's kids' his age that they are now. It's a little bit crazy, but that now I've got grandkids. I can't believe we've known each other that long, but it's pretty cool. And really what drew me to everything that we're doing here, because over the years, there's been one thing that has drawn me to people, and that is integrity. And there aren't a lot of people that I've met online that I can say that have the integrity that Joel has. And it has kept us working together for more than 15 years. And I know that it's going to keep us working together for a very long time. So I'm excited about Now Lifestyle. I know that it's helped increase our business. Well, I just did the math, and our business went up to 255% from May to June. So I thought that was a pretty cool increase, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it with this and helping people create better health in their lives. Well, they make a lot of money with us here on the internet, because that's where we are. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Daniel, for the invite.
Awesome, Janet. Thanks for being here. And it's so cool to realize that. I mean, for me, I've been online for just over a year. And you've been online for 15 years. It's just it's crazy, because back to Joel's point, so many people think that they can just sign up for an opportunity and then 3 weeks later they're going to be just rolling in fat bank. And it takes time. And the more persistent you are and the more consistent you are, you've created that result by staying consistent and never giving up on yourself. And now you and your husband get to basically live how you want, right? Yep, that's awesome. That's awesome. So Tissa, my man, over to you. We're going to come a little further south now, still on the East Coast. Tissa, you're down in Washington, D.C., right?
I am. And unlike the rest of you, I have not aged at all over the
Can I say one thing, Daniel, about Tissa? Nobody knows. Folks, you're dealing with such an internet rock star and somebody with integrity that the way we met, really, I feel guilty about today. He brought in more customers faster than anybody I've ever seen in the history of me doing this in 18 years. That I called him and I said, I don't like your fake credit cards going into our system. That's how amazing he is, folks. So listen to what he has to say. I couldn't believe he was bringing in hundreds of people a day. And that's why I was like, okay, our merchant account's going to shut us down because it's all fake credit cards. It's all stolen credit cards, and it all turned out to be legit. So, folks, Tissa, listen to what Tissa has to say. He's an amazing, amazing marketer. Sorry, Tissa, I just had to share that.
No, that's very kind of you, Joel. And one of the thoughts I was having while I was listening to Daniel and Janet speak is that, none of what we are doing would be possible without your integrity, Joel, your leadership, the products that you build. We know that it starts with the products, right? There's no opportunity without the products, and none of this would be possible without your integrity and leadership. So that kind of brings me back to how I got started in all of this, because I've been online probably, I'd say, since 1999. So what, like 18 years or so is when I turned online full time, right? And I had just lost probably the only conventional job I ever had. I was an instructor at a computer learning school or whatever, and that company shut down. This was back in 1998, 1999. And so that's when I turned online, and I always had this bug in me, if you will, where, I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to do it on my terms. I didn't want to have to answer to anyone else. And so while I should have been, posting my resume or lack thereof online, what I was doing was like secretly turning to, ways to make money online, right? We've all been there. And so it was back in 1999 when I looked to affiliate marketing. And I dived headfirst into affiliate marketing, where you're not part of a team. This is not direct sales. This is not network marketing. This is basically finding a way to get your affiliate link out there for some product, whether it's from ClickBank or Amazon or wherever else. And I did, fast forward, I did really well. I mean, I had a lot of success as an affiliate marketer, but when I look back now, what really hampered me was that I was that basement dweller, as my family called me. I was the basement dweller, hearing the knocks from upstairs, like, when are you going to come upstairs, or what have you, and here I was, like, hunched over, and all I was doing was finding ways to get my affiliate links out there, so enough people would click on them, and I would earn enough commissions from some affiliate product out there. And so I probably spent, like, looking back, over the past 18 years or so, and like I said, I was doing that full time. I was doing that very successfully. But looking back now, affiliate marketing in many ways also was one of my greatest struggles. And what I mean by that is I was going it alone. And then it was like some point in, like, maybe 2007, 2006, thereabouts, or what have you, I kind of made my first foray into network marketing, right, into direct sales. And that's when I came upon Joel. That's when I came upon GVO. This was after Kiosk. And of course, I know Janet and GVO started with Kiosk, right? But I was after Kiosk. I was like early GVO, right? Joel's parent company, if you will. And that's when I stumbled upon GVO and its products. And in many ways, that was my first foray into network marketing. And again, fast forward, because we have limited time here, long story short, I went on to have tremendous success with network marketing and direct sales, and with GVO and Joel in particular. And not only because of the integrity and the leadership from Joel and the products, but because of this team environment. And that is really what I think is most notable here. If you're someone watching this, and I think what you really need to understand here is that the biggest benefit to you, the biggest way we can help you, is exactly what you're seeing right here. It's being part of a team. And there's this saying, like, a rising tide lifts all ships, right? And I think the reason it hasn't been so much of a struggle for me in network marketing is because you have all of this. You have these tremendous leaders. You have the Daniels, you have the Joels, you have the Janets, and these are all great people who are building a team who genuinely care about your success, who are really here to help you succeed. And that's very different from going it alone. It's very different from, burying your head as an affiliate like I did probably for the first half of my career online, versus building relationships and, you know, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And if there's anything that I would attribute my success to, it would be just that. You know, align yourself with people like Daniel and Joel and Janet, because they have great attitudes. They're building. They're all about, you know, lifting others up. And so when I look back now, I think, you know, I attribute most of my success to aligning myself with the right people. You know, if you're watching this, chances are you are on Daniel's team. Look at what he's doing. Model him. That the greatest gift that Daniel can give to you is his success. He's setting an example. So, and he's having success. I mean, his results speak for themselves. So follow him, model him, take his advice. You know, and it's, you know, Joel, you did a webinar, I think it was, well, you've done a few sending this message, but like just a couple of days ago, you spoke about how, you know, the naysayers are all around us, right? I mean, all the people around us who are like, oh, that's not going to work, or, you know, there you go again, you know, trying something else online, you know, just get a regular job, find a regular job, and da-da-da-da-da. We love those people because in many cases, they are our family members. They are our friends, and that's okay. Let them, you know, they have their opinion, and that opinion comes from, in many cases, the way they were raised, and that's okay. We still love them, but what you need to do is you need to listen to the Daniels, you need to listen to the Joels, the Janets, because these are the people who are having the success that you want, and it is absolutely doable. It's absolutely doable. So I think that's probably my biggest advice, is just to follow the leaders, align yourselves with them, associate with them, listen to them, do what they're doing, and you can have the same results and the success that so many of us have had. And again, none of this would be possible unless we had you, Joel, at the helm here. And it all starts with the products. Like I said, the products are critical, the integrity, the leadership, stay plugged in, and you'll get those results.
Yeah, and I just want to say one thing to everybody watching. By the way, all the people on this panel right here will be in Cabo. And the reason is again, we practice what we're saying right now is I want to spend time with Daniel and Tissa and Janet, because they've, you know, in the time that we haven't spent time together, Tissa and Janet's learned something new. I've learned a lot from Daniel already on some of the stuff he's doing on YouTube. Nothing beats surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Some of you are going to get off this call right now, and maybe you're not getting the support of your better half. And they might say, oh, yeah, that was a waste of time, wasn't it? Ha, ha, ha. Just shut it off. My mom was the biggest, I won't call her a pessimist, the biggest conservative in my family. And she, if there was change, she didn't like it. I loved her to death. She's an amazing woman, but it was based on her upbringing that she came from civil servants or military. Either get a good job with the government of Canada or go and work in the military. And the reason it's kind of funny in Canada, say, well, go work for the military in Canada because we never go to war. So you're going to get paid and you're never going to have to do a whole lot, which is sort of true in a way. But because of her direct upbringing of that's what you're going to do because your job's always going to be there, I learned over time, you know, I'd get off webinars when I was first learning and well, no, not webinars because that's 98, but, you know, I'd be reading something or whatever. I'd get all pumped up, and no matter what it was, if I shared it with my mother, it was just wasn't a good idea. It wasn't a good idea. So you need to learn, like Tissa said, it doesn't mean I didn't love her. It doesn't mean I don't love my family. In fact, 80% of my direct family, aunts, uncles, cousins, said when I moved to Texas in 2007, I was going to be back in Canada in 3 months. That was over 10 years ago now, folks. So it doesn't mean I don't love them. It's just that they were brought up, get a good education, get a good job, and that's just not for me. And guess what? If you're on this call, it's not for you either. Right. So anyway, that's my other advice. Back over to you guys.
Awesome. Appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, there's so much knowledge here, and Tissa, I really appreciate what you said about just following the leader. And that's really what we're trying to create here, is just a group, a team, a community of support. So whether it's just Now Lifestyle as a whole, or if it's just our team, we're trying to create just a resource for people, because as you guys know, and especially with you guys that have the experience here that have been around for a long time, the shelf life of somebody in network marketing, I mean, is max 90 days on average. But the people that stick with it, they have the fortitude to just keep going. Those are the folks that get results. So, one of my goals as a leader, one of my goals as an individual is to reduce the amount of attrition in this space, in the online network marketing space, because we have such a great team. We have resources. We have, panels like this. We have our group and our chat and all the, the swipe copy and everything that people need to find success. And all they got to do is just plug in and follow the steps, follow the leaders. And if they do that, they stand such a greater chance at having success than going at it on their own. So, so what was really cool is that you guys that are catching this, and I'm seeing some of the comments too, like there's people in the live feed here that are saying, hey, what is this? How do I get involved? Which is really, really cool. So if you are new and you're watching this, just get back to the person that invited you here, and they can explain more. If it was me, then just hang on when this webinar.
Maybe it was Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook just sent him here. I don't know.
Hey, I'll take leads from Mark.
He doesn't need a commission. No, he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I just signed up Mark in my Now Lifestyle downline. So just guys, I got that.
So when you place them, just put them directly under me, will you? So, all right. So you guys heard from veterans, folks that have been in the industry for years and years and years. So what I want to do now is I want to bring on another special guest who's really become a good friend of mine, and she has been an outstanding member in our group chat. She's also very knowledgeable when it comes to traffic, things like solo ads. And so her online career is going to be a lot different than you heard from Joel and Tissa and Janet. So I'm going to bring on Juana, and you guys can kind of hear from her. She's going to share a little bit about her story. And Juana, I'm just going to pass you the baton real quick. And hopefully you can pop your video on. There she is.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
why don't you tell us a little bit about, your story, how long you've been involved in as an online marketer, and, what got you started? What are some of the struggles that you've had? And, similar to what the veterans here shared, and, tell us where you're at.
So I'm from Chicago. I started this journey it's going to be a year this August. So it's been interesting, to say the least. I had no clue what online marketing was about. I didn't even like computers that much besides my Excel spreadsheets. I do accounting every day. So this was a totally new field for me. But it took a while until I made a couple friends and I found a family online, to be honest, because the first couple of months, I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to stick with it. It took a while to find some friends and the guidance that I needed. Even though every single company has their own training materials and all that, when you're trying to do this by yourself, it doesn't work that well, and we know that. So I started making a lot of friends, and eventually I reached out to Daniel, and he's one of the reasons why I'm still here, because one day I was just like, you know what, I'll just send him a message. If he answers, fine. If not, whatever, I just gave it a try. So my first message to him was, hey, I've been watching you for a while. I need some help. And he responded, and here we are. We've connected.
And what was one of the first things we did? And I said, hey, you're getting on a webinar with me. And she's like, what? Yep, come on, let's go. We're going to do a webinar.
Exactly. And we've been doing them ever since. I actually love it now. So to be honest with you, it's been a journey, but I really enjoy doing everything, the funnels, the marketing, getting to know people. It took a while to get out of my shell and be able to reach out to people and just talk to them and get to know them and all that. But it's been exciting. And my main reason is I have a little guy, he's 5. and he always wants to do stuff, but I'm always at work. So I was like, okay, I got to change this. He needs to be my number one priority. I need to have more time to be able to, drive him to activities and just enjoy time with him. He's going to go to college pretty soon before I know it, and I'm going to miss all these years. So why not? Let's give it a try. And yeah, since I found a family, it's actually been going amazing. So
Awesome. Yeah, and you've been a huge contributor to our group too. So, and for those of you guys that are watching this that don't realize, like our team, we have our own specific group chat on Facebook Messenger where we literally have hundreds of people in there. And it's and you'll hear more about this a little bit later, but it's a live 24/7 place where people can go to get a question answered. And folks like Juana and Matt and Shane and David are and Philip too, like very active in anytime someone has a question, if it's a high-end technical question about an autoresponder and email follow-up, or if it's a very basic thing like where do I go to find this, people are responding instantly, and it's just a great community, a great place to be. And I know, Juana, you've been a very active person in that community, so I thank you for that. And hopefully our brother Matt has landed on here. I think he was having some technical difficulties, but we can always swing back around and catch him. Juana, any other tips for people that are just starting out?
Just stick with it. Try to find your mentor and your family, and once you find that, everything will fall into place. As long as you show up every day, just make a couple new friends every day, and then things will start to fall into the right place. It's amazing once you make a few connections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
Can I just very quickly jump in here and Please. Just echo what Juana said? And Juana made a great point about finding your family. And I just wanted to share this very quickly because I think all of us can agree that this is oftentimes a stumbling block for folks. And when someone new comes on board who may not have the experience that others have, for example, it's like that question always seems to come up, which is, okay, what do? I don't have the results that everyone on this panel is having, right? So you guys, that's great. You guys are doing a great job, and thank you for the inspiration. But what do I do if I don't have the results and I'm just getting started? And I just wanted to add that there are two, in my experience, when it comes to building teams, there are two key points that always work. One, share. Two, celebrate. And what I mean by that is, when you see others on your team or in the company or wherever having whatever success it may be, sharing their story, share that. If you're not ready to tell your story yet, never hesitate to share the stories of others. Never hesitate to share Daniel's story. Never hesitate to share anyone who posts in the Now Lifestyle group. Oftentimes folks share how they came upon Now Lifestyle, what attracted them to it. Never hesitate to share others' stories. Share your own story. That's a great way just to build authenticity and to build relationships. And two, celebrate. Like, never hesitate to celebrate others' success. If you have a new team member, or if you have someone who just generated their first lead, even if they are not on your team, it doesn't matter. Never hesitate to celebrate the success that other people are having, no matter how small it is, because what you're really doing whenever you do that is you're building a relationship. You're the one who is sharing the success of another person. You're the one who's sharing their story. You're the one who's celebrating someone else's, someone else getting a new lead, or someone losing a pound or 2 pounds following Joel's training or what have you. And what that really does is it puts you in a position of authority, because you're now leveraging others' stories, others' successes, and people will, over time, they will turn to you and they will start to follow you. And that is how you get started if at first you don't have the results that perhaps others have. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you, Daniel.
No, that's fine. I think you hit the nail on the head, and you're 100% right, because so many people, when they first get started, they feel like they don't have results to share, or they don't know the answer, and that's okay. And Joel, you've said this a thousand times, that you know, it's okay to not know every answer, but you have the resources and the connections in the family to turn to go get the answer. And if somebody asks you a question, you know, if you're talking to somebody about your business and they ask you a question, it's okay to say, hey, you know what? I'm still kind of new. I'm learning this. I'm super excited. And that is a good question, but let me go get you that answer. Let me reach out to somebody that can definitely get that answer for you, rather than just trying to make something up. And then next thing you know, you give them the wrong answer. So let me just see if Matt was able to pop on. I know he's working on it here. So give him just another second there. Any other last tidbits, guys, before we move on?
Well, I was just going to say to both you and Tissa, you know, folks, I have to give credit to all of you, but I just want to share a little bit more of my story, because I know when people are just getting started and they don't have the results, it's like Tissa said, they don't feel like they have leverage or authority, or they have nothing to share. And I used to do what got me online. I was doing the personal training for Michael Copeland, CEO of Corel in Ottawa, Canada here. And he was the first billionaire, well, the only billionaire mentor that I had. But I used to go to his house. I would drive up during my college days, the end of my college days, in my little Eagle Vista, and he'd have over probably $9 million worth of just cars, okay, on his front line. There's Matthew, so I'll keep this very short. But, you know, I was extremely intimidated, folks. I was like, holy crap, man. There's a Viper here. There's a Porsche 911 here. There's a Ghost here. There's a Rolls Royce. There's a Bentley here. And I'm pulling up in my Eagle Vista, you know, my standard Eagle Vista. And the point I wanted to make, folks, is he used to be very vested and very interested in my ideas. And I'm like, how is this guy who's made billions upon billions of dollars? He was one of the former founders of Nortel, obviously the founder of Corel, Mitel, many other companies. And so, you know, when you walk into a 35,000 square foot home that's white marble from top to bottom, it's very intimidating. And I used to share my ideas with him, and he would go absolutely berserk with excitement. And the reality was, what he made me realize is, if you have the mindset, if you have the passion, if you have the energy, if you have the excitement, and that excitement doesn't go down, because every time I would see him, like, what about this? What about this? Let's try this. Let's do this. That's what we're looking for in people, not people that, again, like my mother, who didn't have the right mindset. So last little bit, I shared my idea of starting network marketing online with my mother. She said it was completely idiotic and stupid because I only knew stuff about cardiac rehab. I knew nothing about the internet. Then I got the guts to share this with Dr. Copeland, the CEO of Corel, the billionaire. And he looked at me and he said, Joel, you're stupid. And I remember my energy going from here to here. And he goes, you're so stupid, because if you don't act upon that idea by tomorrow, I will. And here's the cool part. And this is what changed everything and why we're here today. 3 days later, and it wasn't so much MLM marketing at that time, but it was selling Corel products, Corel WordPerfect, Corel WordDraw, in affiliate marketing fashion. So he had me at the board of directors of Corel 3 days later. Okay, this is a company that at its peak had about 5,000 or 6,000 employees. Sharing my idea of setting up an affiliate program to sell Corel WordPerfect and all that kind of stuff. Ultimately, the board of directors at the time, because it was 1998, affiliate marketing wasn't that popular yet. You know, definitely Tissa was an early bird on that, decided against it. But for me, at that point, it didn't matter. I'm like, okay, I want my mom to edify me. I want my mom to love me, but she lives in a 1,000 square foot home and she tells me it's a bad idea. And then this gentleman who's a billionaire living in a 35,000 square foot home tells me it's a great idea. And that's really what changed everything for me, folks. If you've got the mindset, it doesn't matter where you are today. As long as you never let that mindset go, as long as you stay excited, as long as you keep pushing forward, no matter what the obstacles are, there's leaders here that will recognize that. Why did I become friends with Daniel? Like I saw the action he was taking immediately. Other people just taking that action. That's all that matters, because it doesn't matter where you are financially, you have something to share.
Awesome. And speaking of sharing, we got our main man, Matt from San Diego here. We're going south. We're going south now. So, Matt, obviously, you know, you're from San Diego. You've been online for probably like Juana, you know, just over a year. And, you know, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you got started and some of the things that you've gone through to get to the place where you're at today, man?
Yeah, for sure. And thank you, Daniel, for inviting me here, and thank you to Janet, Joel, and Tessa and Awana for sharing your story. I think like hearing your stories is what inspires and motivates me. So I'll try to keep this pretty short. My name's Matt. I'm from San Diego, California. I always start every webinar off with Dan or whether it's Awana, and I preface it by saying I have a 3-year-old son who loves to interrupt me at every possible chance he can. And he loves dinosaurs. So if he bangs on the door, I'm going to try my absolute hardest to not let him in here.
Dude, this is like every webinar.
Been there, done there, man. Been there, done that. Let me just say, one time, my son's screaming outside of the door that I'm doing a webinar. We're talking like when Hot Conference first launched, 2003. It's kind of a sad story, but he's screaming. I'm like, shut up. I got like 50 want to call, shut up, will you? Anyway, I opened the door. It turned out he had actually fallen down the stairs in the basement, and he was bleeding profusely all over the place.
Oh, God.
He was just getting his teeth in. So anyway, if he's screaming too loud, don't worry about us. Just go check on him. I'm pretty okay, but I learned my lesson. It's like if my son's screaming that loud, I better check on him.
Man, I'm glad you shared that because it's so easy to be like, man, stop screaming, but like, are you all right? Am I a bad dad?
Yeah, well, I felt like a bad dad after that when there was a pool of blood at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm like, shut up, son, will you shut up? Now he's 16 and
Daddy's busy.
Yeah, but oh well,
Yeah. Well, yep. With that being said, from San Diego, I got started, like Daniel said, a little over a year ago in traditional network marketing. I never saw the success that I knew I could achieve because I really fell in love with the vision that network marketing, MLM, online marketing gave, which was time and financial freedom. Worked my ass off to
Anybody else lose Matt?
Something
I thought it
happened.
was
Yes.
Yeah, we all lost him.
San Diego just had an earthquake, I guess.
No, I think his son heard that and that pulled up plug for the router.
Plug on everything.
Yep, that's what it was. Well, if he joins back, then we'll pick back up.
At least you can tell this isn't pre-recorded, right?
This Joel, as you say, it's technology, right? This is reality. I don't know. We'll see if we can. Matt, you
Probably
there
have to get
again?
a host over to him again.
Yeah, we'll try. Well, then I won't be able to. Looks like he. Let me see. Hang on. I just don't want to make him the host and then have him not be able to.
It will lose everybody, right?
Yeah. All right. We'll keep going and then we'll circle back around if he can plot back on. All right. Let me try this again. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, Matt. Try to continue. There he is.
Son got upset, right? And he pulled the plug on your PC.
Yeah, like get out here, dude. Okay, you guys can hear me. Dan, should I make you the host again?
Please.
All right, round 2. People, bear with me. I always have technical difficulties, but I never quit, ever.
That's it.
All right, I can't right-click on you, Dan, for whatever reason.
Uh-oh.
All right, got it.
Boom. There you go.
All right.
All right, carry on, sir.
Okay, so got my start with network marketing a little bit over a year ago. Had a lot of struggles, and around that time frame is where I hit my breaking point. Love the hat, Dan. Was when I was in the grocery store. For those of you who haven't heard my story with my family, it was our weekend ritual, and we were in the grocery store. We were checking out. We had all of our food on the conveyor belt. We were about to pay. We went to swipe our debit card. It was declined, and all of our credit cards were maxed out anyway because of poor financial decisions. So we had to leave all of our food on the conveyor belt and walk out, like with my wife and my son. And it was like a truly humbling, and to be quite honest, it was one of the worst moments that I've had as the sole provider for my family. And it was in that that moment that I knew I was going to do whatever it took to be successful online. And, around that time frame is when I went home and I just, I just dorked out in my office and I watched YouTube videos daily, nightly, for hours. And I found this guy, I don't know if you know him, his name's Daniel Kump, and his story and the value that he provided deeply with me. And the second I saw him, I was like, I need to network with this guy. And, we wound up joining an affiliate marketing company, flash forward to, we both saw, when we saw it, it was like a no-brainer. Like, we're going to go all in on this. And I'm going to give, Now Lifestyle everything I have and become a leader with this company no matter what. And since then, it has truly been a trip and a wild ride. And, I'm really excited to see how far we've taken it in just a few short weeks. So, and that's why Dan brings me on so he can share real people, their results and their story, because like you, I was sitting in a similar position where you're like, will this system work for me? And, can you get and achieve real results? And that answer is 100% yes. If you decide and if you're consistent, follow a mentor and take action. And no matter what, you just have to stay in it and never quit. So I kind of just, I tend to ramble a little bit. So please, if I go on too much, stop me. But I'm really excited to be here. And, when you get opportunities, you need to take full advantage of them and really seize the day and own it. And I tend to do that every single chance that I get until I achieve all my goals, which are on that vision board in the back of the screen right there.
Nice.
All right. So just with some of the other points that Daniel wanted myself and I wanted to cover, some of the biggest struggles that I have were mindset. Daniel says it's in between your ears. Like, it is really like 100% of like, what you're going to do with your business. You need to decide and make up your mind that you're going to go in this and it's going to work, because that is the only option you have. So mindset and limiting beliefs. All right. Like, whatever you need to do to motivate yourself daily to take action, write emails, create video, you need to stick to it. Create a script for yourself. If you have to fill out things in your calendar on your phone, write it down, like whatever you need to do to motivate yourself, because every person's different with how they take action and who they follow, but it's important to do those things. Mindset, limiting beliefs, write that shit down and take action on it and figure it out. Next, successes that I've had. One of my favorite things to do in this business is email marketing. I love it. I just love coming up with copy. And as they say, the fortune is in the follow-up. So automate your business, set up your swipe, but take action with doing daily broadcasts. And even if you're taking swipe from your mentor or someone else you follow, cool, awesome. Just make sure that, you put your twist on it and, it's your follow-up. It's coming from you. And some of the successes that I have come directly from that. So that's what I wanted to share. And lastly, I'll leave off on is the importance of, your specific team or the team overall that you're in. And I'll just refer that directly to Now Lifestyle. I mean, look at the webinar that I'm on right now with freaking 8-figure earner Joel Therian, Tessa, Awana, Daniel Kump. And like, I just reached out to Janet the other day just because I had a question to see what she was doing. We wound up having like a 10-minute conversation. This team is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I'm just extremely excited to be a part of it. And just know that you have like 24/7 support right at your fingertips whenever you want. And another weird tidbit I'll throw out is like half of the friends that I've made in the last year are all in this office, and they are all on the back screen of the computer, and I can't wait to meet them all.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Totally awesome.
Well, appreciate you, brother, man. And
No worries.
yeah, I mean, you speak the truth, dude. I mean, you've had real life results and, real life struggles. And now, I mean, you're building a significant team. I mean, you have a good leg.
Yeah.
Obviously your right leg is very, very strong. Your left leg is growing pretty good.
Yep.
And, you're staying very consistent. You're getting very consistent results because, you have fortitude, dude. You kept going. And even in the face of adversity and struggle, you kept going, and the results are now showing for you, which is awesome.
Yep, exactly. 100%.
So Cool, man. We're going to get into some actual content now. I'm going to get into talk a little bit about mindset, and it's good that you mentioned that, Matt. So at this point, you know, Janet, Tissa, Joel, if you guys need to bow out, that's fine. I'm going to get into some content and go through some things now. If you guys want to hang out and watch, cool. Love to have you. But if you guys got other stuff to do and, you know, more protein chips to eat or whatever, you can go do that.
I just want to say, because I have to go meet with my son in a little bit, but I just want to say it's a pleasure, Oana and Matthew, to meet you both. You know, doing things like this really humbles me as an individual because, you know, as a company grows and as your teams grow, folks, you're going to really rely on leadership to help you do everything because, you know, I miss the days of when I had in 1999, like 300-400 customers where I could talk to every customer individually. Those types of things don't happen anymore. So, you know, boldness is really rewarded. So Anna, Matthew, thank you. You know, I'm looking for you guys on Facebook already. I'm like, I want to friend these people, you know, I want to be their friends. And it's just a little bit out of your comfort zone here and there, folks. You wouldn't believe, and kudos to you, Daniel. I don't know how you did it. But you wouldn't believe the amount of people that I reach out to saying, hey, do you want to do a webinar? And they always come up with, you know, they're doing well, and they come up with an excuse as to why they can't do it, whether, you know, they're getting their hair done or whatever the case may be. So, you know, being here means a lot to me personally. It really, really does, because without the leadership, without new people willing to come out of their comfort zone, this business wouldn't exist. And it's just proof positive that folks, come out of your comfort zone a little bit. You know, if you're willing to go out into the daily public every day, you don't need to have perfect makeup, perfect hair, perfect everything to come out of your comfort zone and do things just, you know, in a proper way. So thank you, Oana. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Tissa, Matthew, Janet. I really appreciate it. Please, if I can't find you on Facebook, you know, friend me. It's just Joel Therrien / Joel Therrien. You know, friend me up. And thank you, Daniel, for putting this together. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. I will always do my best to never let you down. Technology is technology. Things can happen, but we're gonna rock this. We're gonna build this to a $500 million company in the next year and a half. And I hope I can meet all of you, if not in Cabo, very, very soon. So thank you, guys. Have an awesome night out. I'll be listening in for a while, but I do have to leave shortly. So thanks, guys. Nice seeing you all. Take care.
Thanks for
Joel.
hanging out with us.
Take care, Joel.
Oh, that's just awesome. And I would disagree with one thing Joel said about the $500 million company. I think this is actually $1 billion company.
Ooh.
And I mean that, no, seriously, because I was thinking, just very quickly, I'm going to bow out as well. Daniel, thank you so much for having me and all of us on. Matthew, I loved what you had to say.
Thank you.
I was talking with someone the other day about Now Lifestyle, someone who's really kind of new to all of this. And I said to him, I said, you know, imagine for a moment if you were one of the first distributors, say in Isogenics, okay, which is one of, like, you know, tremendous health and wellness company out there. Imagine if for a moment if you were one of the first distributors and insert the name of any well-known, you know, billion-dollar health and wellness company out there, and there are many, of course, as we know. And I think what's really important here for everyone to realize is that, and I really, truly, in my heart, believe this, that all of us here really, I mean, you know, we talk a lot about ground floor opportunities, but this really is a ground floor opportunity. And if you know Joel, you know that this is his passion. This is his vision. This is about so much more than web hosting or autoresponders. This is about a product that can actually change lives for the better. And his vision is so much larger than I think really probably any one of us can realize at this point. And it comes from his passion for health and fitness and fighting obesity and fighting type 2 diabetes. I mean, that's what Joel is about here. And so this is, one, a tremendous opportunity. And secondly, I'm just in awe. I mean, I'm completely in awe of the leadership here. Daniel, I listened to you. Matthew, I listened to what you have to say and how you heard what Daniel said, which made you focus and double down on how you were going to change your life and get out of that previous lifestyle into this now lifestyle, if you will. And I love this. This is why network marketing, direct sales is so awesome, because you really step outside your comfort zone. Just try really hard. Step outside your comfort zone and hang with people like this, and your life will change. So Daniel, thank you for what you're doing. I'm just I'm completely in awe of what you have going on, and none of this would be possible without Joel and his products and the leadership and the integrity, and Janet and Owana and Matthew. Love you guys. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Daniel.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tessa.
Tessa. Appreciate it. Joel,
I
thank
just
you.
I gotta say, I gotta head out of here too, Daniel. I really appreciate you inviting me on the call. I've been watching you since you came on board, and you know what? I can't wait to meet you in Cabo, and cheers with those margaritas. I know that we have a family here that is bigger and better than anything I've been involved in the 18 years I've been online. Talk about integrity in a company. I mean, look at the people that we are surrounded with, and it's just getting better every day. So anybody watching, this is the place to be. This is called family, and this is how you grow in your business, by being a part of a family. So Daniel, thanks for including us in your family.
That's what we do. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys for hanging
Good night,
out.
everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Hi, Janet.
Good night, guys. All right, so let's get into some content here. I'm gonna share my screen and talk to you guys about kind of the next step and what I want to share with you guys tonight, and some important factors that we want to take a look at here. Let me just move that here. Okay, boom. And Juana or Matt, just a thumbs up that you guys can see my screen here. Rock and roll. All right, cool. So we talked about, obviously, real life, real people, real results, which was great. And you guys heard some really, really great stories. And you know, those are real people. So we've heard from folks that have been in the business for 19 years and folks that have been in the business for about a year. And everybody's got a story to tell. And we all have a story to tell. So one of the things that I want to talk to you guys specifically is, I usually start every webinar with this, but we obviously had some very special guests and some stories, and we wanted to share some real life things with you guys. But specifically, one of the most important things that you guys can do is decide. You just got to make the decision that, yes, I want another result or a better result in my life. You just need to make that decision. And I know Matt said this too, is that, you know, it's what's between your ears. It's not about the company. It's not about the product. It's not about the CEO. And, you know, Tessa and Joel were sharing, you know, some of the vision about the company, which is great. But your success 100% has to do with what's right here. And all you just got to do is decide that, yes, this is something you want to do. And then what you got to do is you got to take massive, imperfect action. And you just got to start doing things. You got to get involved, plug yourself in, and start doing the training steps, which I'll talk to you guys about in a second. But doing the training steps that are available, and you just got to start doing them. And you're not going to know everything at first, and that's totally okay. And give me 1 second. I think Matt's trying to reach out to me here. Nope. All right, that's okay. I'll go back to this. Boom. Okay. And you know, you're not going to get it right every single time, and especially in the beginning, you're going to be unsure, and that's okay. That's why you plug into our team. That's why you use the resources that you do, but you just got to start taking action. And you got to stay consistent. You got to do the same action every single day, every single week, every single month. And as you heard from Juana and Janet and Tessa and Matt, you know, and even Joel, they all had struggles along the way, but they kept going. They stayed consistent. They kept doing the same actions. And then when something didn't work, you tweak a little bit and then you keep going. All right. And then most importantly, everybody that was on this webinar tonight, they never quit. So everybody that's watching this webinar, all the people that are all our guests, you know, they do online marketing full time or pretty close to. They've made it a career. And they get to work from home. They get to live the lifestyle that you hear about because they did the 4 things that are on this page. They decided that they wanted a result. They took action. They stayed consistent, and they never quit. And if you do those things, you will get the same results that some of the people on this panel have. But you got to follow that guide. You have to follow that guide. So for you guys that are watching this, now you're probably thinking, okay, what is this all about? What do I got to do? How do I get started? What's involved? All that sort of good stuff. I'm going to get into that a little bit. You guys got to remember one very, very important thing, both for myself, Juana, Matt, Joel, all of us. When we first got started, we didn't know anything about this business that we're in, but success is a learnable skill. So what I'm doing right now, this webinar that I'm hosting, I didn't know how to do this a year ago. The emails that I write, how I follow up with people, I didn't know how to do that stuff a year ago, okay? Give me 1 second. Matt, I'm going to kick it over to you. Okay. So, I didn't know how to do these things a year ago. To build the team that I have, to create the group chat and the trainings and all this other stuff, I didn't know how to do these things a year ago, but I learned, and, Matt didn't know how to do certain things a year ago. Juana didn't know how to do certain things a year ago, but we all learned. So success, guys, is a learnable skill. So if I can learn this stuff, you can learn this stuff. So following the steps to success, what do you actually have to do in our group, in our team? If you're watching this right now, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on a replay, what do you have to do to find success? You got to plug in. You got to get involved. So chances are when you first get signed up, when you first get started with us, one of the things that you're going to get probably from me or somebody on our team is a welcome email. In that welcome email is going to be a link in a welcome video, and it's going to have everything you need to get going, okay? You're going to want to plug into our Facebook group. In our Facebook group, there's so much training, files, videos, support, everything that you need to get going, all right? You're going to, I don't know why I put get chatty. I was feeling corny, but so.
It's true.
But yeah, you're going to want to plug into our Facebook group in our private chat, because anytime you have a question, you can reach out to that group, ask it, and get an answer within minutes or sometimes seconds. It's crazy. And it's a very, very supportive group. Matt and Juana are very, very active in that group, along with many other great leaders like Philip and David and Shane and Carol and Ann and so many other great people in that group that are constantly there to help and support other people, right? Next, we have a new distributor training video. So, you heard Joel talk about, like, when he first got started, there wasn't Google and webinars and all this other stuff. Like, he was figuring all that stuff for himself. But now, when you get started now in today's day and age of marketing, we have a step-by-step, click-by-click video that will walk you through how to get your entire system set up. I've taken all the guesswork out and shown you exactly what you need to do. And all you got to do is follow that video. And, Juana, Shane, you guys have seen the video. It's pretty straightforward, right?
Exactly. That combined with the videos that Joel already has in the back office and the rest of the documents and the files that we have in the group, there's no way you're not able to set this up even if you've never done anything like this before. So
perfect. Thank you. All right. And then what's also cool too, and once I stop sharing my screen, I'm actually going to show you guys this. So once you're watching that new distributor training, there's a link right next to the video with a getting started checklist. So once you go through the steps, you get your back office set up, you watch that new distributor training video, you get your back office set up. Now you have a get starting checklist which you can use, and it's going to show you your daily activities and what you need to do. So we've really taken the guesswork out. We've really taken that out and shown you everything you need to do with the community to support you, to answer your questions, and offer you everything that you need to start. And most importantly, all you got to do is take action. You just got to decide that this is something that you want to do. You want a better result in your life. You want more results in your life. If those results are traveling the beaches of the world, spending more time with your family, going to exotic, cool places, hanging around playing, PlayStation all day. and getting paid for it. Like whatever you want to do,
Exactly.
you just need to decide and then take action. And we got your back. Okay. So once you go through that new distributor training video and you go click by click, step by step, you get your system set up, then you start taking action. Now it's time to take your business and put it on automation, and you're going to be able to use the power of automation. And what exactly does that mean? It's basically like flipping a switch. So you go through the new distributor training video, you get your whole back office set up, and then you start driving traffic, which is basically people clicking on your link and going through a process. And what is great is in our back office, in our Facebook group, we have a whole file section that will show you the different traffic providers you can use. And one of our amazing resources that we have in our group chat is Juana. She is also a traffic provider and is there to help and support and teach and coach anybody that has a question about traffic. So it's a great resource that you can access 24/7. Well, she does have to sleep at some point, but so it's not quite 24/7, but there's so many other knowledgeable people in the group that can help answer questions about traffic. There's multiple ways to drive traffic. You can do it with free methods on social media like Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, or you can use paid traffic. And I'm not going to get into all the different types of paid traffic because if you're brand new and you're not familiar with that, again, you've already had a ton of information tonight. But once you get to that step in your business, just know that we as a team are there to support you. We will 100% show you where to click, what to do, and how to get things going. End of story. So, and like I said, right here, you can use our group as a resource. We have a page called frequently used links, and you can use that. So let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna unshare my screen, and I'm gonna stop this PowerPoint here. I mentioned in this other slide right here, there's the new distributor training video, okay, and the getting started checklist, just to show you guys that this is like real life stuff.
Yeah, we're not joking about it. We really do give this out.
This is the actual new distributor training video right here. And you can see there's me. It's about a 46-minute video, and it's going to walk you through your entire back office and help you get set up. Okay. We also have this frequent links. And I mentioned that in the video, which is why it's right here. And when you click on that, it's going to take you to this page. These are the most common links that we as a team use. So you now have access to all of these. Plus, there's also there's a personal development book. We give you a free book called The Science of Getting Rich, just for being part of our team. And if you haven't heard of that book, it's a great book. There's lots of other training links, all these other training videos that you can go and watch and learn how to do things, okay? And there's also traffic vendors down here that you can reach out to. So Juana is in our group. Plus, we have other traffic vendors that are here that you can use to drive traffic to your link. The other page that I mentioned was the Getting Started link. So this is Getting Started with Now Lifestyle. So literally 4 steps. Watch the training video, start driving traffic, join our private Facebook group, and stay consistent with the daily actions. And there's a daily activity sheet that will show you specifically things that you can do each day to take action in your business. So we've really just kind of laid it all out for you, okay? And like I said in the beginning of the webinar, one of my goals is to reduce the amount of attrition that is out there in the online space. It's so easy to get distracted and pulled into all of these other things, but just know that we are a resource. We are here to support you and give you every tool, tip, and thing that you could use to find success, okay? So plug into the people, and then once you start going through, once your business is on automation, and then you're starting to bring people through because your back office is set up, you're driving traffic to your link, and now people are coming on board underneath you, you simply plug them into our group, give them the welcome email, the same one that you got, get them into our team, rinse and repeat. And then you just keep going and you keep building your team. Okay. So at the end of the day, you might think that having an online business can be really, really complicated. And to be honest with you, it can if you let it overwhelm you, because there is a lot of information to digest. But how do you eat a really big steak? One bite at a time. How do you eat a really big hamburger? One bite at a time. So you just take everything in bite-sized chunks, all right? And you just keep going. But at the end of the day, your online business is two essential elements. Number one is driving traffic to your link. That's it. It's as simple as that. And number two is conversions, converting the people that click on your link either into a paying distributor or somebody who buys your product. And that's it. And if you just focus on those two things, driving traffic and converting that traffic into sales, you will win. And we are here to support, teach, coach, mentor, and train you how to do those two things very, very effectively. Okay? So, where I went there. So now let's wrap this all up, right? So at this point, if you are a member, if you ever, created a free account with Now Lifestyle, and you've gone through, some of the links in there, you've gone through some of the training videos, and you've seen some cool things, and you've gone to the upgrade point. This is something that is special for you right now. If you're watching this video, if you're live watching this video, or if you're watching this video on a replay, then if you're watching this video, you have a very special opportunity right now, today, tonight, or whenever you're watching this video, that if you were to join Now Lifestyle as a free member over to a paid member, on average, it's going to cost you about $50 per month to join. However, one of the things that has made our team special is what we're going to do tonight and tonight only, or like I said, when you're watching this video, and it's not going to be forever, is you have the opportunity to join and get everything that we just talked about. So our step-by-step video training, every single product resource we have, all the people, our group chat, our Facebook group, and all the resources, the training videos, everything that we have, and us being able to hold you by the hand and show you exactly how you can take a business, put it on automation, and start changing your life. You can do that right now for $50 a year. You can have an international, global business that is going to pay you forever for $50 a year. Personally, I think it's a no-brainer. If you want to think about it, go ahead and think about it. But I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. So you can pay $50 a month, or you can pay $50 a year. But it's while you're watching this video only, because that opportunity is not going to last forever. And that is it's just a one-time offer. So we're extending that to you because we wanted to do something very special on this webinar. And we wanted to be able to share with you some immense value, an immense opportunity, and a chance to, just like Tissa was saying earlier, think of the people that got in when Isagenix or Amazon, Walmart, people that were buying Walmart stock or buying Amazon stock, people that bought Google stock, people that got started in Amway, Mary Kay, It Works, Avon in the very, very beginning. And those folks that stuck around, how do you think they're doing right now? They're probably
doing a huge difference.
They're probably doing pretty darn good. And that is your opportunity right now. If you're watching this right now, that is your opportunity to get in on the ground floor, be part of something amazing. Let us teach you and show you, hold you by the hand, and you can do that for $50 a year to get started. You can't lose. You can't lose. So, Juana, anything on that?
I mean, it really is a no-brainer. And it always amazes me when I talk to people, and a lot of times they'll come back and they're like, well, what do you mean? It's not, actually 100% free to really start an international business. And I'm like, seriously? A lot of these programs, they're so cheap, and $50 a year is literally an extra large pizza with a couple toppings. So if you can give that up
In Chicago,
to start,
maybe.
exactly. Like, yeah, if you go in Chicago and get a dip dish extra large pizza, it's about $50 with tax and everything. So if you cannot give that up for one time to really build a better life for yourself and to start a business, then I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But like I said, so if you're watching this, just get back with the person that shared this link with you. If it was somebody on my team, just get back with them and ask them how you can get started. If it was for me, I'm sure if you're watching this on a replay, there's going to be a video either on like the side or the bottom of this video where you can click and you can get started. Or, honestly too, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can join. Again, if you're watching this on a replay on the side or the bottom of this video, there's probably a link or somewhere in the email, if this was sent to you in an email, that you can join our private Facebook group. You can join it for free. You can totally join it for free. You can go through the files. You can go through the video training. You can see if this is a good fit for you. And if you have a question, you can also ask the group too, because we're there to support and help and educate you. But if you do want to get started, if you do want to have life-changing results and you want to be able to build an international global business for $50 a year, then just get back with the person that shared this video with you and get started. Take action. We will literally plug you in and give you everything that you need to get going.
Yeah, if you made that decision and you're at that point in your life where you're ready to start something, and for me, honestly, why I started this is just because I hate the corporate mentality. I hate being stuck in a cubicle from 8 to 5. If I have something to do or not, you just have to be there because that's how the policy is. You got to work the 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is really stupid. So with this, you can work literally from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection. Your traffic is automated. You can make it that way. Your emails are automated. So technically, all you do is just work a couple of hours every day, make a video, make a Facebook post, and you're done. Mm-hmm. Everything else we provide for you. We give you the funnels, we give you emails, all the training, and we're there to answer any question that you have and to help you out. So I don't know if you've done this before and you've been part of teams that don't give you any support. You just sign up and then you're on your own, but we're not like that. So
awesome. Yeah, I mean, it is really a lifestyle business. And, I've been blessed because I've been online for about a year and a half now, but I've only really been free for the last few months. And today was a perfect example. Yesterday and today, my wife and I went to my sister-in-law's home, and she was renovating her kitchen. And, in the middle of the day, we both went down there, stopped and got a burrito. And because I haven't went to that place in a long time because it's in the town I used to live in. And they have this great Mexican little homemade burritos. They're so good. Anyway, sidetrack. But we get to do that, in the middle of the day. We get to go down to her house, helped her work on her kitchen. And, when we were done, we came back, we put our bathing suits on, and we jumped in the pool. And it's just little things like that that make this industry and this business so amazing. And, if you're watching that, you have the same opportunity as me, same opportunity as Juana, Matt, Joel, Tissa, Janet, but you just got to decide that you want a result, you take action, you stay consistent, and you never quit. If you do those 4 things, you will get results. Period. End of story. And we got your back 100%. We're there to support you, and we will give you every tool and every ounce of what we have to ensure your success. As long as you put in the work and the action, we're there to support you. So Other than that, I think we're good. We've been on an hour and 25 minutes.
Already?
I will say that this was probably one of our most action-packed, coolest webinars that we've done, though.
In a while, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. Before we adjourn, want anything for the group?
Nothing new. Just like always, make your decision. If you're ready, reach out to us. We will help you in any way we can. There is work, so don't get me wrong. It's not like you're always going to work just 2-3 hours a day, but it's well worth it, and you're working for yourself. The effort you put, you get 100% of it back. So,
yep,
it's amazing.
100%. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging in either on the live Facebook feed, which is kind of cool. I'm watching us here too.
I am too.
Appreciate you guys hanging out, watching either on Facebook or here on the Zoom. And like I said, it's a limited time offer for $50 a year versus $50 a month. I think it's a pretty good value. But if you have any questions, like I said, just get back to the person that invited you here, or if you're watching this video in a replay, just kick an email back to me or somebody else, and we'll be happy to help you out. But such an amazing opportunity, such good timing right now, a chance for a now lifestyle. But anyway, cheesy, but we like to have fun, like to keep it light, and that's what life's all about. So we'll see you guys on the next webinar, see you guys in the next email, and I will see you guys at the top of the mountain and hopefully on the beaches of Cabo San Lucas.
Cabo.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Catch you guys later. Bye.